From September through until November, the air cools to a comfortable level. It's a time of blue skies and sunshine, as fruits and vegetables across the city become ripe for the picking, and families and friends gather for ancient festivals and holidays. As the weeks pass by, the forests and sidewalks transform, changing from the summer greens to the vibrant reds and yellows of the fall, creating one of the most dramatic views of the capital. This is autumn in Beijing. Situated on the eastern edge of Beijing's western mountains stands Xiangshan, the Fragrant Hills, a forest park 1.6 kilometers squared famous for its maple and smoke trees at this time of year. Xiangshan is said to derive its name from its highest peak, Xianglufeng, or incense burning peak, with two of its largest rocks famously resembling incense burners found in temples. The first temple to be built on these hills dates back to the Jin dynasty of 1186, with the area further being developed through the Yuan, Ming and Qing dynasties, but mostly in 1745 under the rule of Emperor Qianlong, who ordered the building of larger halls, gardens, pagodas, archways and pavilions, and renamed the area Jingyi Yuan, the Garden of Peacefulness. In the northeast area of the park sits the remains of the Temple of Brightness, a Tibetan monastery built in 1780, built for the 6th Panchen Lama to stay during his visits to the emperor. Today, only the archways, terrace and pagoda survive, the rest destroyed like many other buildings in the park by foreign invaders in the 19th and early 20th centuries. To the south, the path winds and climbs up through the various trees, on which the emperor would travel on his way to various temples and lodgings within the area. Xiangshan is a fantastic escape from the city, and during the autumn months, huge numbers of people from all over the country and overseas flock to see its famous hills. At around the same time the first temples were being built on these hills, another part of Beijing's culture was also slowly being developed elsewhere in the city. Erguotou is the capital's famous Chinese wine, or baijiu as it's known. The development of baijiu was slow in Beijing until the year of 1680, when many liquor makers migrated to the capital. Among them were three brothers of the Zhao family, who developed a special method that greatly improved the quality of the liquor. They divided the liquor into three parts, with the first and final part being undrinkable. It left only the middle, hence its name, Erguotou, head of the second pot. Erguotou is a very cheap drink, selling in markets and in restaurants at around 4 RMB, and it's a common sight to see locals drinking it alongside barbecue and hot pot across the city. Two of the most famous brands are Red Star and Shan, and are easily recognized by their small green and clear bottles. Chinese wine has a history stretching back over 5,000 years. Over the centuries there have been years of good and bad harvest, and when the harvest yielded poor crops, the emperor placed a ban on creating alcohol, a decision made at the Imperial Palace, which in Beijing stands at the very heart of the city. Taking 14 years and around 1 million workers to build, the Forbidden City served as the home of the emperor as well as the center of politics and ceremonies for 24 different emperors through 2 dynasties. Construction started in 1406 by the order of Emperor Yongle of the Ming dynasty. Materials were gathered from across the country, even as far away as the forests of southwest China, to create a palace boasting nearly 10,000 rooms. Approaching from the south, you stand before the Meridian Gate. Travelling northward through this gate is a central stone-flagged pathway known as the Imperial Way, which extends northward from the central gateway through the entire palace, on which only the emperor could walk, except the empress on her wedding and students who successfully passed the imperial examination. Behind the Meridian Gate lies the outer court, within which 3 major halls lie in its central axis, the Hall of Supreme Harmony, Central Harmony and Preserving Harmony. Of the 3, the Hall of Supreme Harmony is the most important, as it's the largest hall in the palace and one of the oldest wooden buildings in China. It was also the only building in the country during imperial times to have 10 statuettes decorating its roof, showing its level of importance. Further into the palace, the inner court holds the living quarters of the emperor and his family. 3 more halls lie on its central axis. The first, the Palace of Heavenly Purity, was the residence of the emperor. The latter, the Palace of Earthly Tranquility, was the home to the empress, and between the two lies the Hall of Union, where the emperor and empress, representing yin and yang, would mix to create harmony. The Forbidden City was home to the country's rulers for around 500 years, ceasing to be the center of politics in 1912 with the abdication of Puyi, the last emperor. Now in the palace is a large museum, open to the public all year round with visitors numbering up to 80,000 a day during national holidays. It's one of China's many wonderful and awe-inspiring creations, influencing various buildings across Asia for decades, and is without a doubt one of the most treasured and unique parts of China's heritage.
That was when